feel like I usually start a lot of videos with a question. So the question today is, should I auto post my podcast to YouTube? There's a few reasons why we're bringing this up today, so let's get right to it. Hey y'all, Crystal here today, and we are talking about auto posting your podcast to YouTube. Is this a good idea? Is this a bad idea? Should I consider it? Should I not consider it? And I have lots of things to say. So first and foremost, I want to say that everything that I share with you in today's video is based on my own experience. And if you have had success with auto posting your podcast to YouTube, please tell me in the comments because I want to know about your experience because I think that it helps us all learn and grow as podcasters, creators, and people that are posting videos. But at the end of the day, my experience taking podcast content and just putting it on YouTube has never done really well. I created this video right here where I talk about what it was like whenever I took podcast episodes and just uploaded them on YouTube. I got very few views, like over several years now at this point. There's some videos that still have like 4 views, and it was the exact same podcast content that got hundreds of listens, only got 4 views as a video. And there's a reason why. For me in particular, it's because whenever something is put on YouTube, I want to watch it, right? YouTube is a visual platform. People want to be entertained. They want to be educated. They want a tutorial. They want a demonstration. Like there's a lot of different ways that people use YouTube, but it's not typically to turn on a file, like a video, and then put it in their pocket and go on a walk. That's a podcast, right? Like there's no argument about the difference between a podcast and a video. But I think that where people get caught up is they think, well, if I can be on YouTube, then I should start auto posting my podcast because it would make my life easier. I just don't love this strategy. I really don't. I think that it's a little lazy in the fact that you're just taking the same content and putting it out there and you're expecting it to perform the same as it would if you took your time and planned out a video and you had some really awesome content and you like really catered to the YouTube platform. I think that those two pieces of content are just going to perform very, very differently. So those are my thoughts on it. Now, that's on a reasons why I don't love auto posting. The reason why I think it could be a really cool feature for some people is I know that internationally that some people don't have access to Apple Podcast or smartphones. And I think that having content on YouTube that even if it's not a produced video, like what you're watching today, this is an edited video. It's pre-recorded, it's edited, it's going to have a thumbnail, like it's going to have all the things. But if you are just trying to get your content in front of more people, then YouTube may not be a bad idea, right? To auto post a podcast episode, have the artwork on there because it's the only way that you can get that information out in front of other people. I do understand that and I get that, but you also have to understand that YouTube is a search engine and people are looking for specific things on YouTube. They don't typically just open up their phone or look at it on their browser and say, oh, what's going on today? Because the thing that's going to show up on your homepage is what you've previously looked at. So I don't think that unless your podcast is just banging on YouTube and it's just like, oh my gosh, it's so incredible. It's so amazing. You got to go listen to this because that's what they would be doing. They're not watching anything. They're listening to it. I only see a few kind of exceptions to the rule of how that would work well. But overall, in general, I'm not a huge fan of just auto posting your podcast to YouTube. So if you have any questions about that, or if you have any arguments as to why this is the greatest thing ever invented, I would love to hear your feedback. I think that we can all learn from each other, and I would love to know if anybody has had success with this. Tell us. I would love for you to be a case study. I have always loved doing case studies. I think those are a lot of fun. So if you've had success auto posting your podcast to YouTube, please tell us in the comments because I want to hear from you. But that's all I have for you today. Short and sweet video on auto posting your podcast to YouTube. Again, tell me in the comments your thoughts about it, or if you think that this is something that you could potentially use as a strategy in the future, because this tool is coming around and I think that it's interesting and it's something that we should all talk about. The pros and the cons, the ups and the downs, and everything in between. But that's all I have for you. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Subscribe below if you have not already. Make sure you check out these other videos right here, all about podcasting and running your online business. Check back for new videos every single week. And as always, remember, keep it up. We all have to start somewhere.